And we're back. Game time with Johnny. We got Ray again, and we have Josa,
Josie.
Josie. Sorry. And yeah, today we're just going over dating questions, relationship experience, stuff like that. I kind of want to start off with just kind of like a general dating question.
Hmm.
Um, so on the first date, right? How much would you be looking to spend, like when you first go on your first date with somebody?
Nothing over $50 for me, or 100. At least I would say 100. Nothing over $100.
I would say like 50 to 100. Yeah.
Okay, okay. What's why do you guys say nowhere over 50 or 100
I say that
or 100 I should say?
because it's the first date. You never know, like how if you're gonna like the person, if you're gonna have good energy with them, like you just never know if there's no connection. There could be a connection, but there's no spark. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? So there could be a bunch of things, and honestly, I feel like you can do a lot of girls expect a lot for the first date and you're not even boyfriend and girlfriend yet.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's not that serious. We're just meeting each other for the first time. Like we could sit in McDonald's
Yeah, we can go to
and I would be
McDonald's.
happy.
Like, yeah, we can go to Waffle House. We can go wherever.
So, do you think a lot of females be bucket list dating?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that too. I feel like for those who don't know, bucket list dating is like basically telling somebody, "Okay, we're going on a date, right? But I've never been to these places, but I make it seem like
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. This is my norm, but really you ain't never been there and you're just trying to finesse the person."
Experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And use somebody else's money for it.
Yeah. What's the most expensive place that you've been to?
On like on a date in a relationship or
Yeah.
Probably like Nikki Beach or Nobu.
Okay.
most expensive place I've been to.
What's Nikki Beach like? I've never been there.
It's just like an outside area, like outside on the beach, and it's like tables.
Oh, so it's just like that when the hotels have the like resort area part, and
Kinda,
you just
basically.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
How
would
about you?
say maybe like that restaurant I was telling you about in the car, the Gyukaku, the Japanese grill.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
it's so good. It's
Where is
expensive.
that?
It's literally, I want to say 2, 3 streets down. Honestly,
Okay.
it's so good. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And my boyfriend now took me there, and that's probably the most expensive place I've ever been to that I haven't taken myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a random fire question, so I know that a lot of people are like, "Yo, why is he just going random off topic?"
Mm-hmm.
It's just random fire questions.
That's fine.
So, how long do you feel like it should be before you move in with somebody, like when you're in a relationship?
It depends. I feel like depends on like how often y'all talk to each other, how often y'all see each other, how's the connection like. Um, do your family get along with him? Like,
Now, mind you, like when I say move in, like you're not living with your families.
oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah, it's just y'all two.
I mean, I left my family's house to move in with my boyfriend. So to me, that was the first move I've ever done. So it was important for me to know that, yeah, my family likes you. You know, like I'm not just going to move in with just anybody and just be like, oh, well, it didn't work out, moving out. That's not my intentions of moving in. If I move in with you, it's because I see a possibility of marrying you.
That makes sense. Um, my take on that, like, my nobody taught me how to date. Like, you know how people like, your parents are supposed to teach you how to date. Nobody taught me how to date.
Nobody taught me either, girl. I had to figure that
Oh
shit
yeah,
out.
yeah, I'm figuring it out. But my ex best friend's parents, they always told her, they were like, "You're not moving in with anybody until you get married. Like, unless y'all are married, you can't move in with nobody."
I,
And now that I'm a little bit older, I think that I stand on that. Like, I don't think I would move in with anybody unless we were married.
I would say there's got to be a like, and we alluded to this in episode 4, but there has to be a period of time before y'all get married that
Of
y'all
course.
move in and live with each other. Because let's just say you move in with this person and now you realize like this person's
messy.
got messy habits.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you can easily fake like, oh yeah, she coming over, I'm gonna clean up the house or pay somebody to clean my house for me, like, you
Now she
know.
there 24/7.
But once
She
you
got to
there
see
20,
it.
yeah, like you gonna be like, damn, this nigga really forgot to put the toilet seat down, or he really left out the milk for 3 hours and put it in the fridge, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm just saying random stuff, but
No,
Mhm.
I
I mean-
understand what you're saying because
Okay.
Go back to what you were saying about moving in when you're married. I grew up Catholic, very old school Catholic. My grandparents are from the island, so I grew up the same way. You're not moving in with anybody until you're engaged or married. But for me, it's more like, how am I gonna marry someone? I don't even know if I like living with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you could love someone all you want, but to be around that person 24/7 is completely different.
and
Definitely.
and then in episode 4, I also said like, you're not in a real relationship unless you live with each other, and people are like, oh, you can be in a real relationship and not live with each other, but at the end of the day, you got to see that person at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, the day's got to end.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's like whatever differences that y'all have, y'all got to work that out.
You got to work it out. See, my favorite rule that we have is we don't go to bed mad at each other. No matter how bad the argument is, we will always say good night to each other, give each other a kiss, and say I love you. Because no argument, at least in my eyes, is worth like just throwing away the entire relationship.
Yeah, I might not go to bed mad, but I'll wake up on the warpath.
Oh yeah.
That is one thing that is safe to say. Let's see here. Where was next? So, if you guys are living together, how do y'all split the bills?
You talking about me?
Either one. Well, I want both of y'all takes.
I don't pay bills.
Okay. You got everything. How about you? You don't pay no bills? Yeah, see.
See, I would go 50-50. Like, the only reason why I'm not working right now and paying bills is because he told me, like, he wanted me to quit my job and focus on what I wanted to do, and he would support me. And, I mean, it's not like I don't give him no money at all. Like, I still give him money, like, throw him money here and there. Like, when I have gigs and stuff, I'll give him half or tell him to keep the whole thing. Just, he's
Yeah, so
responsible for majority.
Yeah, you want them to feel like you're putting like forth some effort. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I would say for me, like most of the spots all the spots I ever had that a girl stayed with me, like I gotta pay my bills at the end of the day anyway. So it's just like whatever you put forward towards it, like whether it be like a percentage split up based off our incomes or whatever. Like either way, I know at the end of the day I gotta pay my own bills. So it's not like I'm gonna be like, dang, I'm gonna rely on this person to pay bills. Like no, I'm gonna make sure I got everything taken care of in case anything goes left,
Right.
and then go from there. But I always tell people like for a relationship, go with what works for you.
Right.
Definitely. Always.
Like you see people on these podcasts like Fresh and Fit and all this other stuff. Oh, we pay 100% because da 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 da, and or there'd be some Wild Child podcast where they'd be like, if I'm paying all the bills, I'm cheating.
Like, no.
So very pretty much is what you're saying is somebody's got to pay for your loyalty. 'Cause it ain't
Absolutely
loyalty
not.
if you got to
Yeah.
pay for it. It just sounds like a business transaction at
That's
that point.
exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
So, like, I feel like money should never decide some.
Dictate.
Yeah, like if you're faithful or not in a relationship.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
But yeah,
Because money's important, but it's not like the most important thing in the world.
Yeah.
money. Like people look at money as like a trophy. Money is just a tool to
To achieve to where you want to be.
exactly.
It's just one step to getting to where you want to be.
Well, and also maintaining it as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy. I'm not saying that it's easy either, but it's not the most important thing in the world.
Yeah.
That's all I mean to say by that, because I know some people will be like, oh, money is the most important thing ever because you need this to this. And
Yeah, I mean it's important,
You know?
and as far as like the navigation of life, but people who are getting into relationships because of financial reasons, and that's another thing that people need to realize is like when you're courting somebody, you got to see why they're attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's really like you could look for a relationship for companionship. Some people look for a relationship because they aren't financially stable. So you got to really be able to know people's motives of why they want to be around you. And once you're able to sit down and see like, oh, they're fucking with me because they know that I got money and I take care of. I mean, obviously you want a financially stable partner, but the people who are just looking for that easy route,
Yeah, it's the easy way out.
like
yeah.
that.
So that
That's
way they don't have to do no work. Like there'll be some girls where they'll be like, they don't cook, they don't clean, they don't do
Yeah.
laundry, they don't do nothing, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want me to
Somebody.
pay all the bills.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
it's
no.
like
Bums.
there'd be like girls who say they don't cook, they don't clean, they don't believe in 50-50. But I'm pretty sure when it comes to that prenup, y'all be 50-50 people. And if I ever get married, like
You
just
making her sign a
believe-
prenup?
But they're gonna have to sign a prenup. You ain't getting nothing. You're gonna get whatever's in your bank account and whatever's in your name.
See, like
Because
I know that's right.
as a guy,
I feel
and
like it's different for certain situations though, because they'll be like a husband and wife, and they'll get married and have kids, and the husband will be like, "Well, I want you to stay home and raise the kids." So I feel like it's different for certain situations.
see, I'm the type of person I like active people. I'm not gonna like if you have if you have goals and aspirations, then go for it. You know what I'm saying? If we have kids, it's a little different. Obviously, everybody's what they're doing is gonna be slowed down a little bit, but I'm not finna like I
Tell you
don't
to
know,
stay
like
home completely.
yeah, I'm never gonna do that because then it's like that gives them more of a motive to later on be like, oh, I gave up all this, da da da. And it's like, you know,
Yeah, but
people
there-
try to guilt
there
trip
are
you.
some husbands that make their wife do that. That make
Oh,
them
yeah, I
give up
know.
everything
Yeah,
because your first job is a mother. There are some people who think like that. It's scary.
yeah, I just don't see how guys do that. Like, I mean, my mom was obviously like a stay-at-home mom because there were 6 kids. I mean, as we got older, like when we became like high school age, well, middle school, high school age, then that's when she started like, you know, working
Working
at
again.
working and stuff because we weren't terrorizing the house as much and stuff like that.
You
But
still had the older ones and like watch the little ones while I go to work. You guys can start.
I
Dinner,
mean, we was
take
all
meat
roughly
out.
the same age.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? I had a sister, like I told you before. She was like 6 years older. Then I had a brother, 2 brothers that were a year and some change older than me. Wait, that was 90. Yeah. So, yeah, I had a brother that was older than me. 2 of them that were older than me by a year. And then I had one that was younger than me by a year and 18 days. And then another one who's younger than me by 3 years and some change. So we was all like roughly the same age.
So what about your father?
My dad?
Yeah.
My dad, well, I was adopted. So,
Oh.
yeah, so my dad, he worked for Honda.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I wasn't a spoiled kid. Like I got everything I needed. I didn't get everything I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You
You
know.
had everything you needed.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Like I didn't have to work. I wasn't like some of these kids who are like as soon as they turn working age, they
Yeah.
Gotta get
Gotta
out.
go.
yeah,
Okay.
no, like I'm able to graduate high school, went to college, you know, kind of like had to try to figure out life.
They wanted you to succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just like, you know, just one of them type of things. But yeah, I forget where we were going with that. But let's see here.
You were talking about 50-50 and we just started
Oh,
about
yeah,
bills
50-50. So
and-
yeah, so I would say like, but yeah, my mom and my dad, my dad paid most of the bills. I can't even say my mom paid half. It was just that situation where, I mean, he works at Honda. Like,
He had a good job.
yeah, he had a good job, you know. And where I was living at the time, like, I was in the country.
So
So
it's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was cheaper. Like you could buy a house with some land, with like maybe an acre of land for like 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Yeah, like
See,
here in
nowadays,
Miami, you
that's
might
like
get
half a
a
mil.
closet.
Yeah. For real. A
Yeah.
closet, no cap.
I mean, the value of houses. I think the one that we had went from like 100,000 to 150,000,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't live there obviously anymore. Um, but yeah, and then on top of that, my parents have been married. I don't know how. My parents have been married over 30 years.
That's beautiful.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
they're still
beautiful.
together?
Yeah, they're still together.
That's
I'm
beautiful.
trying to think. I don't even know when they got married. I just know that their anniversary is like June 20th.
Oh, that's cute that you remember that.
Look,
So how did your parents do it in the household?
My parents are divorced. My grandparents, though, they are coming on 48 years strong.
Mm, so sweet.
48 years married. Their anniversary is December 3rd.
Dang, that's cute. You know that. Why y'all
Yes.
know that?
Because grandpa makes grandma go to church and renew her vows every year. Grandpa does not play about grandma.
Aw, that's so sweet.
that's good. On my dad's side, my grandparents have been married. I don't know. I don't really know how long they've been married, but they're getting up there in age. I think they're in like their high 80s or 90s or low 90s or something like that, or 80s or something. I don't know how old they are.
Yeah.
It's funny. My grandparents, 69. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're 69.
Yeah.
My mom had me when she was young. So my mom's like 38.
Oh, my mom had me when she was old. My mom had me at 38.
Dang. Yeah, so other than that, yeah, so I would say, yeah, the bills, it just depends upon
The
people.
situation.
Yeah, it depends.
See here. So, do you guys let your significant other drive your vehicle?
I don't have a car, but yeah, he lets me drive his car. And if I had a car, he would most likely drive my car.
Yes, I do.
I don't.
You don't. What type of car do you have?
It doesn't matter the type
It
of
doesn't
car.
matter. It don't matter.
Either way, when you get brand new cars, like I have a Kia Forte now, but like when you get new cars, like I notice females don't know how to drive. They don't. They're terrible drivers.
I feel like it most females, because some females do know how to drive.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time I let this girl drive my car, and she's like, "Oh, gotta turn the music up all the way," and
What?
yeah, like all this other stuff. And I'm like, "You don't hear that, dude?" She's like, "What?" I'm like, "You're scraping my rims on the sidewalk or whatever." Like just stuff like that, or like people like I don't like to text and drive, but people like to text and drive,
Yeah,
or
not
Yeah,
paying
no.
attention in
Yeah,
your
no.
car. You never know.
Yeah, you
Just
have
to
be,
avoid an accident. And especially, it'll cause the insurance to go up.
Yeah, and you have to
Exactly.
be more considerate when you're driving someone else's car. Like,
Yeah, like for me recently, I was driving my boyfriend's car and I was on my way to a music video. I'm a very careful driver. Stopped at a red light, chilling. Light turns green. I always wait a few seconds before I go because you never know who's gonna run a red light.
yeah,
Went and someone T-boned me. I spun out for half a block. Had no scratches, thank God. I wasn't hurt. But the car was totaled, completely totaled, because they ran the red light.
yeah,
And it was my boyfriend's car, so the insurance, luckily they were able to cover it and everything. Like we got a new car like 2.5 weeks later, but I
Okay,
understand
great.
what he's saying when he says like he won't let someone
Yeah.
else drive his cars because
Yeah.
even if I
You
have
never-
multiple cars, they're
you
still not
just-
driving it.
yeah,
you never know what can happen.
yeah. I understand.
What's okay? Let's see
And it doesn't
here.
even matter if it's your fault or not. Like
Yeah.
it's just other people.
Yeah,
And if he's driving, he can't blame you. It's like, damn, it's just my fucking fault. Got to deal with it.
yeah.
So, kind of to switch topics within the dating scene. Are you the toxic one?
I feel like we both can be toxic, but I have healed myself to a point where I try my very best to not be toxic. So like if something's bothering me, instead of talking to you in person, I'll text you and tell you that what it is bothering me, so that way we both have time to sit there and think about what we both can do to fix it rather than yell back and forth at each other, because I'm not gonna sit there and waste my time to keep yelling and going back and forth, especially when you want to get married and have kids, and that's not a healthy example to set for them. So we're
at
both
all.
trying to unlearn our toxic traits.
How about you? You the toxic one?
I what you laughing for? No, I'm not. No, I used to be, but I feel like, you know, when you're toxic, you attract toxic
people.
You know, so I used to be, but now, like, nah, I can't. I won't even deal with that now.
What's the most toxic thing you said during a breakup?
Said,
Yeah,
Said or did?
doesn't matter.
oh, you
said
be
or
doing
did.
stuff. I be saying stuff. You must be doing stuff.
My ex had just told me he fucked a bitch in Vegas. So I went on a date and he popped up on me. But I was like, well, nobody told you to come.
But
Nobody
he,
told you to come. You
wait,
just fucked a bitch.
so he's
What you
Okay.
think was going to happen?
So, okay, well,
So
you
he
just went
just-
on a date, like.
All I did was go on a
yeah.
date. But we were broken up.
so what? He just tried to play Wedding Crashers and
Yeah, I was like, who told you to come? You weren't invited. Bye.
and
I mean, I just talk about like your people, like, you know. I'm just gonna say like disrespectful things.
oh, you like to talk shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah, I
that
just
that
hit
that,
you
that
where
don't
it
get to me.
hurts.
That don't get to me. I had an
Yeah.
ex
I mean,
girlfriend.
I can go like do some of my vagina, but I mean that was gonna get done anyway.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do anything that night. I just went on a
No, that's
little
why I
date
said
and
you
just-
good. You just went on a date. I thought you was
Yeah.
gonna say something else. Like,
No, he just popped up. I told, because he kept asking me, like, oh, what are you doing? Because his cousin was here from out of town. But, like, you just dead ass fucked a bitch and told me you fucked a bitch.
Yeah.
And you think I'm not finna go out and just
Get
have
my
a good
lick
time?
back?
Like,
Oh,
I'm not
well,
even trying to get a lick back, bitch. I'm just trying to change
I want my lick
and
back.
fucking have a
I
good
want my lick
time.
back,
I just
babe.
want my mind changed off the
Nah.
subject. Like, I don't even want to think about you fucking that bitch. I just want to have a drink, eat some chicken fingers at Dave and Buster's, and probably play some games. That's all I want to do.
I want my lick
So
back.
was it the guy you told him not to worry about?
No, because I'm not like that. If I'm loyal and I'm with you, and that's it. But now, if
so
you just told me you fucked another bitch, best believe I'm gonna go hit someone up on my roster and tell them, yo, we're going out.
So did y'all get back together after?
Yeah.
Ah,
See?
Right, I told you it was a toxic relationship. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. I'm not doing that no more.
So how many people would
No, that was
on
the same.
roster?
yeah. How many people's
Well,
in
we were
your
very
roster?
on and off. It was a very toxic relationship, so we were very on and off. And
But how
I'll
many people
honestly say maybe
usually-
like two.
two.
Like two. I didn't have a big roster. I'm not like that. It would be like just one or two people.
How big's your roster?
What do you mean? How big is my roster?
I don't have no roster no more. It's
Like
gone.
how many guys be on call?
You mean like right now, or just like what's the usual? Like me,
Yeah, like-
how I think about it. Like I think about it like sports. You're saying roster, like
Like how
roster
many
like
guys?
25
Like hey
no,
yo,
no. Whoa, wait.
like if you have like okay like how many different guys like do you have like do you call it like kick it with or whatever?
Like in
Yeah.
rotation.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. In rotation, that's what I'm saying. Like basketball, it's gonna be five niggas on five.
Five
ten-
niggas on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So five. It's usually like a handful.
Yeah, I was just
Nah,
say
for
like
me,
5 is like
Because
ideal.
we were really on and off, so we would get. I feel like I just had that one person that I would just go hang out with, because like he already knew everything that was going on and he knew my situation, so it's not like he expected anything serious from me. Like we would
Yeah.
really just hang out to distract myself because he already knew what was going on.
Yeah, I would say honestly, it's just so much easier to be the side than be the main, because like you don't have to deal with the frontline stuff. It's like, oh, okay, you stress out, we gonna chill, like you
Yeah.
know, do whatever, and that's it. Like you already know everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's not like you're being blindsided by anything. So I like for me as a guy, like I'd rather be the side because it's like I know everything that's going on. I'm not the one thinking like everything's fine and dandy, and then all of a
Like
sudden,
you already know the truth. Like if she wanted to tell
Yeah.
you something, what was going on, she would tell you because y'all have that open line of communication. And low key, sometimes those relationships beat the healthier relationships.
Yeah.
but then again, at the same time, those will be the healthier relationships, but they'll never want to be with you.
That's true because they
Yeah.
know what you did. At the same time, when I was doing that, I was single, so I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah. I would say, like, I remember I had this Italian girl that I used to talk to,
Ooh.
and her dude used to
Mamma
call.
mia.
I know.
Yeah, her dude used to call like incessantly, but she was lying about having a boyfriend. She told me that she had broken up with her dude, and like you know how like certain people don't add up. Like how I figured it out is like when I wasn't with her, sometimes she wouldn't be answering her phone or like ring, and then all of a sudden it wouldn't answer it. Like
Right.
it wouldn't. So I was like, okay, that's weird. And then like one time when I was with her and she's at my spot, like she would get texts and stuff, and then like I could see who it was.
Right. Like she wasn't just being honest that she was in a situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after a while, like I was just like, I already know you got a dude, and then he ended up finding out about me, but like, it's like there's
It's
nothing
not
really.
really a big deal, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, bro, like I'm about to literally leave like in 3 days and move to Atlanta. Like, I'm not even worried about her no more. Like,
No, I feel you.
it's never that deep, but I would say being inside has more benefits because it's like,
You get more of the honesty.
yeah.
You get more
Yeah.
of the real them. I
Yeah.
feel like.
I mean, some girls feel like they can play the whole field and everything that they say a guy's gonna fall for, but
No.
it's like,
'Cause your lies are gonna catch up to you at some point.
yeah, and that's like
Definitely.
for guys, like I mean, as people are younger, obviously, guys and girls, like we're emotional thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
But like as a guy, I would say like that switch more to logical. Like by the time it's 25, 26, you start to really like not be wrapped up in certain emotions and stuff like that when you're dealing with a female.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier to just be like to steer away from situations that you knew back a few years ago. You'd be like, I would have done this X Y Z, did the most X Y.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same thing kind of happens for females, but maybe not to that extent. Like we just learn what to put up with and what not to put up with over time.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And I feel like that's more the emotional side because girls are emotionally intelligent creatures. We use our emotions to think for everything. Like how do they make me feel? Or am I comfortable? Like we think about all of that. So I feel like we learn to somehow like think less with our emotions, but not completely. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's hard
it's,
to
No, I
explain.
understand.
it's like
No,
it's
I
like
feel you.
I know a girl like she's a good person, but like you don't think logically. You think like example like oh
Emotionally.
if I help them and
They have to
you know
help you.
I know they're gonna look out for me and like
That's not
and
how
I don't-
logic
That's
works.
not. Yeah.
yeah,
that's
it's not like that. Like, and I'm not gonna throw the girl's name in there, but it's like she was telling me like, okay, well, my friend's car broke down and she needs like $4,000. She paid for her car's friend to get fixed.
What?
Nah.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, no.
And then,
Never.
No, babe. I hope you set up a GoFundMe, but I'm
Yeah.
not paying.
Nah.
but then this is the
Sorry.
kick part. So like they were both dealing with like wild ex-boyfriends or whatever. I don't know their whole stories, but so like the dude kept showing up at the girl's house or whatever, and then like she was calling the girl for like no,
Advice?
this is the last straw. So kind of fast forward past all that shit. She was trying to get a restraining on her ex-boyfriend, right? And her so-called friend was acting like she was too busy to even deal with the situation. It's like you was here when I was going through all this, and you can't even just
Right.
say this for the courts so I can get a restraining order, like a temporary year restraining order. Like
And I paid to get your car fixed and
I
all
pay,
this shit.
yes,
You can't expect people to do the same for you that you would do for them. And that is a very hard lesson that I had to learn myself.
but it's like, and I told her, I'm like, you got to cut her off. And this was way before that situation. Like, but it's, like some people think like, no, 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 no. Like I know I can get through to him. Like,
Nah.
but it's like
It's
you,
the Captain Save-A-Ho mentality, and it's gonna drag her.
yeah, and you know, it's what it is.
It is what it is.
But yeah, so let's see here. What other topics we got on these random questions? Well, I mean, will you take back a cheater? I mean, y'all already kind of.
When I take back a cheat, it depends on who cheated.
It depends on how you cheated. Was it a micro cheat,
yeah,
or
it
did you
depends.
macro cheat?
It depends on who it is, how
Did
much
you
I like
text a
it.
bitch? Did you fuck a bitch?
Yeah. Then Texas is cheating?
Yeah,
Yeah, if you're sending nudes and shit,
Oh,
that's cheating.
nudes? Okay.
I mean, I would say just texting in general.
That's
I'm
cheating.
texting and flirting. Yeah, if you're flirting with someone, that's cheating. If you're trying to hide it, that's cheating. Like,
Anything done with the intent of trying to impress, not, I can't say impress, anything done with the intent of trying to get their attention for a personal basis, it's cheating.
see, now if you're texting like your homegirl and be like, "Oh, did you hear about what happened?" Like, no, that's not cheating.
Yeah, no.
But now if you're flirting with her, swiping up on her story,
Yeah.
hard eyes, and oh my god, like
Okay.
you know, like no,
That's
that's
cheating.
that's cheating.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, because it's like you gotta draw the line somewhere. Like people think that like, oh well, nothing happened physically. Da da da.
Like,
Yeah.
Cheating is a
no,
mindset.
Yeah.
Like
it's a mindset. Like you emotionally cheated by asking them all those questions and all that shit. Like, what is wrong with you?
like you
That's
got
something you would talk to your girlfriend about.
Yeah.
exactly like.
Yeah.
Like you gotta
Okay.
put yourself in the mindset of, oh, I want to talk to this, oh, I like this going on about this person, or I like this person, to get to the physical part.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
not just like you just walked out the door and you're like, let's hook up, and then just
Right.
it's not.
It's like you start texting to get an emotional connection. Like, same thing. I started texting my boyfriend. That's how we started our emotional connection, started FaceTiming, and then bam, we met up in person.
And
That's how it starts.
and females are emotional cheaters, so they're gonna more likely cheat with somebody that they have an emotional connection with than just some random dude. Where a guy will more likely hook up with a chick you really don't know than a chick he's been with.
Yeah.
You know, or
I get that.
I mean, he'll hook up with a girl he's hooked up with before, but you know, they're more likely to hook up with a girl they've never met than a girl will with a guy.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, because females feel like they want to get an emotional satisfaction. Guys is pretty much physical. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not really all that.
But yeah, it kind of just depends on the person for me.
It depends on what they did.
Okay. It
For
depends.
me, it depends on what they did.
It depends on the person for me.
Yeah, I can get over it. But you fucked a bitch, nah,
What if you see nudes in there?
nah.
Nah.
Baby, you gotta go. Cause if you do it once, I feel like it would happen again.
Yeah.
And that's just me. Like, it's just after everything I've been through myself, like where I've believed someone said, oh, it's not gonna happen again, it's not gonna happen again, and it happened again. I believe you again, and it happens again. It's just a continuous cycle. And at that point, it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So I got a question: Is prostitutes considered cheating?
Prostitutes?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if
I mean,
not
because you're
in
paying for a
relationship,
service. No, you're in a relationship, but like you
Yeah.
gotta do that.
that's like your pimp.
No. Like
No.
your dude
Prostitutes
pays
have-
for prostitutes. Like
Oh yes.
Wait,
Yes.
what? Oh, I thought you
Like,
meant something. So
paying a
yeah,
bitch to have
that's
sex,
yes,
that's cheating.
yes, that's
how's it cheating?
that's
You're paying
super
for the
che-
service.
That's super cheating.
Okay, you want me to
Because you
go
gotta
pay for some
pay.
dick?
I mean, that's on you. But no.
Exactly. So if you don't like the other person, this is how I feel. If you wouldn't like it done to you, don't do it to the other person.
Yeah.
Because if you wouldn't like it done, and you know for a fact you wouldn't like it, and it would hurt your feelings, you'd be like, damn, like, why would they do that to me? Like, I do all this for them. Don't do it.
I can't believe this nigga just asked.
No, I just you know what I'm saying? Because people be like, well, they're paying, so
Some
you know
people
what I'm
have
saying?
open
What?
relationships, so it'd be different if you like talk to your partner about it, and like that's something that like
no,
y'all have
I'm more
talked
mad
about.
that you went out and paid.
Yeah, no.
So-
don't
I'm
pay
not
for
even
no
gonna
pussy,
lie.
bro. Like,
So could
Like, what?
you date a guy who does porn?
No,
And you not doing porn, obviously.
no,
No.
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 Dang.
Like it's cool.
'Cause-
Like you make money.
Because it's
but
crazy. Because I know like a lot of
STDs
couples.
are real, bro.
Yeah.
And you know, there was a scientific study and shown that if a woman has sex with over 10 people, she is 90% more likely to get cancer.
I didn't see that study. What's it called? I feel like the more people like, and this is another thing, like, the more people someone has sex with, the less likely they are to be able to settle down because
Now
you
you're
try
just
to
Yeah.
you try
looking all
to
over the
take
place.
yeah, not even that. It's just like
There's
you
no
try to take
self-discipline either.
a little bit of everybody that you've been with in
To
your
form
mind
the
to
perfect
form,
person.
Yeah.
and then you'll never be happy. Like
Because you'll never find a perfect person.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
and I know a few people like that. They've been with so many people that, like, bro, you
They just feel
And-
like they're meant to be single at
Mhm.
that point.
yeah, like you're of that mind frame that you're not really ever gonna be happy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but you know, you can't tell certain people certain shit because then you just sound like a hater.
But it's the truth. Some people just can't handle the truth. The truth
Yeah.
hurts.
The truth does hurt.
So, but yeah, let's see here. What else? What else? What's the wildest thing you've done during a breakup?
Wildest thing I've done during a breakup.
Y'all ain't slashed the tires, smashed the windshield.
I don't destroy property.
Okay. He had just broken up with me. Literally, like, this is still my toxic ass ex. He had just broke up with me, and we would always like just get back together the next day. So I'm like, you had me fucked up. I took an Uber to his house. His grandma wasn't home, so nobody could unlock the door for me. He just locked himself in the house. But I knew that I left the window unlocked. So I climbed in that bitch. And he looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, bro, like, you're not answering the phone? Like, what's your problem? That's the crazy. That's the craziest thing I've ever done. I haven't done anything crazy since.
My last girlfriend, she smashed the windshield on my car, broke into my apartment, and stole the TV out in the crib.
Oh no.
What else did she do? And she did a lot of shit. I can't think of everything.
No, the craziest thing was climb through the window.
Oh, she kicked out the window to my apartment. So like instead of just like breaking into like a door or something, she like kicked the window out and climbed in through the window.
Nah, his window was unlocked because he would leave it unlocked. So I just lifted it up and he looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, bro, you're not answering the phone. We got to talk. Let's talk.
Like, I'm here. We're gonna talk regardless.
Yeah, period. Nah, I
Yeah.
just be like, I've just hacked in people's accounts. That's all. I don't destroy property or nothing like that.
Oh, you're like, I'm taking over your account now. You can't get in your
no,
IG.
I just be wanting to see what's in there. So you just gotta.
Yeah,
Figure,
I feel
like,
like
what
I'm a
might be the
soft, toxic
password?
girl. I'm not gonna destroy your property or anything. I feel like I'm a soft toxic guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm not
in
gonna-
relationships, do you guys share passcodes?
Yes.
Do you share passcodes?
No.
I don't have anything to hide, so he has my passwords. I have his passwords. He knows my phone password. I know his phone password.
I don't feel like I have to share mine. I got like to go through my phone.
I don't.
Like-
I
I
don't
don't go through his phone,
phones,
but I know
like-
his password. Like in case, like we have a bed app for our phone, like on our for our bed, because it's like
It goes up and
reclines
down. Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So like I just turn off his thing, or like he's a music artist. We were recording the music video the other day. His phone was playing the music, so I had his password. I just kept playing the music. You know, like it's
You don't
nothing
ever
like,
be like, yeah, what's in here?
not really, no. Because at the end of the day, like he's his own person, so he's gonna do what he want to do regardless of how I feel or what I do. So if you really want to do that, you're gonna go do that. And you know, like if it happens, it happens at this point. But if you want to be with me, that shit's not gonna happen.
Yeah. I feel like for me, like there's no point in me sharing my passcode because it's like there's so many people on my phone. I have over 2,000. I have like 2,700
Yeah.
contacts.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too
It's
many
gonna
people.
be-
You're gonna wonder, why is this girl here? Why is this girl here? Why is
Yeah.
this girl here? Well, I run a modeling agency, so what do you think is gonna
And I
happen?
have like
Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
I think I have like 2,500 of them females. So, and then it's like you could go through my phone, go through my IG. Like, you're gonna have a field day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's too many bitches on your phone.
Yeah. Way
Like,
too many.
Like, it's not
That's
like
what a work phone is for, and then you have the personal
Yes.
phone.
no. I run
Yes.
everything together.
Yeah, it's too much
Yeah.
work to
No.
have two phones.
Yeah.
Because then you got to keep track of it, and
Mm-hmm.
I would rather keep everything together. Everybody's labeled now. If you know how I label people, so I know personal and work, that's different. But I don't really be doing nothing, so it doesn't really matter. So, Ronar, what's the time? 42 minutes. So what's like some ways that you kind of figured out, like, okay, you're dating this person, and I know you alluded to somebody's family not liking you, but what's some other ways that you kind of figure out, like, oh, through this dating process, you kind of realize, like, we ain't gonna work out.
When you mention kids and they have a completely different idea of how they want them to be raised,
Okay.
because that's a number one for me. Like, before I
Definitely.
even moved in with my boyfriend, like, we talked, like, how do we want things to happen? Like, when we get married, like, what do we want? I'm Catholic. I get married in church. You're Christian. Like, how do you do your marriage? How do your family traditions? Are you okay with getting rid of one and making a new tradition? Like, those are certain things that I feel like everybody should talk about before even the thought of moving in together. Because, like, if you can't agree on these little things, like, what else are you not gonna agree with in the future, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, to piggyback off of the kids thing, like if a guy already has kids, like if I don't like how you're raising your kids, that's like, nah.
So you date a guy with kids.
I would, yeah.
I have.
I used to not want to, but now that I'm older, yeah.
I would date a girl with kids. Well, with a kid.
Yeah,
With a kid.
I wouldn't
A kid.
date
I
one
w- I
with
w-
multiples.
I
no.
would do multiple.
I
Oh,
would
you
not
want
do
just a big happy
multiples.
family.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
One or two, cool, but 3, 4, 5, I'm good.
I feel like you know, you can only, like, you gotta balance your life. You know, kids is expensive,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it's just
Especially
like
if you're not ready to. For me, at least, like, I know for a fact I'm not ready to be responsible for somebody else's life. Like,
Exactly.
even
Right
though,
now, you don't feel like you are?
hell no,
Okay.
hell no, I
Okay.
cannot have no baby right now. Hell no, I do not feel comfortable with knowing, damn, my kid's at school. Oh shit, I just got a red alert. Now I'm worried about somebody being in my fucking kid's school. Now I'm worried about my kid getting sick. I'm worried about my kid getting lice. I gotta take him to the doctor. A healthy kid costs $12,000 a year.
yeah. What's the so? I forgot what I was about to say.
And that's not to mention if they're sick or if they get sick, some life-threatening thing happens to them.
12,000
Like,
is like,
that's a lot.
that's daycare. That's not a whole kid. That's just daycare.
That's food. You gotta think of clothes.
The way these daycares
shelter, everything. Like, there's a lot more than just, oh, I popped out a baby and I have some cute clothes and gotta feed him
be
some
right.
food.
We just
Like,
gonna post them on the gram a few times, make us look
Yeah.
like good parents.
Yeah, nah.
And it's kind of crazy how much these daycares be charging. You might as well raise my kid for me. Shoot, you want $700 to $800 a month?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you might as well just take them on the weekends and we good. Like, you can just raise them for me.
and even daycare is not technically it's not a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a need. It's a want.
It's really not. How do y'all feel about child support though?
If he's already helping out his kid and everything, taking his kid to school, getting his kid everything he needs, there's no need for me to try and put you on child support. I feel like that's weird. Now, if he's not doing shit and being a deadbeat, then yeah. But if he's doing what he got to do, there's no reason.
I'd rather not put a man on child support.
I feel like they need to. Child support should be reworked it shouldn't really just be based off a guy. I feel like it shouldn't be based off a guy's income.
It's
I
not
mean,
just
obviously,
based off a guy's income because my mom used to pay child support.
your mom paid child support.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
It's for
can
men
go either
and
way.
female. So basically, like, let's say my parents got divorced. My dad won the custody battle because he had the better job, he had the house, he was more stable compared to my mom. So my mom had to pay child support.
yeah, it can go either way. It's not just for the guy.
Yeah, it's not just for the guy. Like, either way. As long as I feel like, as long as you're doing what you have to do to support your child, there's no reason for anyone to be put on child support.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like a lot of people they weaponize. Not a lot of people, but there's
threaten.
individual individuals who weaponize it. And it's like guys get their license suspended over it.
Yeah.
They get
all
put
that.
in jail, and it's just like
They're not paying
if a
child
car.
support.
Yeah.
I mean, or even if you get behind, because not everybody is just.
Not everybody can pay on time, but you know what? Now that falling behind thing, they take it out of your paycheck. So why are you
they
falling
will take
behind?
it out of your paycheck.
There's no reason for you to fall behind. It's coming out of your paycheck.
I mean, if they're really not making enough.
I mean, yeah. It really depends on the situation, I feel like.
No, I don't rock with child support. I don't want the government in my house.
And
I don't need
and people
everybody
don't
in my
realize
business
like the
either.
government benefits off of that too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? The government is making money off of the fact that you had a child.
Yeah.
And people don't really put that in consideration. Like, you're really just repaying the government back, and then some girls be going out getting benefits and all that stuff. Well, that child support pretty much just paid for whatever food stamps y'all got, and I don't know what other back fees
Well,
and
some
charges.
people will get child support and still be able to get the food stamps and stuff. Like, my dad still had food stamps. My mom still had food stamps, even though she was paying for child support. Like, child support is really, as a child who it was meant for, like, it's really like for the rent, helping the other one. Like, you're supporting the child. They're with the child most of the time. They need food, rent, clothes, school supplies, things for your hair, things like that.
Yeah.
Unless if it's like a celebrity and that's like at extreme level, like $200,000 a month or some shit. Like, that's wild.
Yeah. No.
Like, my mom paid like $30 a week.
Yeah. It can be that low.
So, aside that, what's like the biggest fumble that you feel like you've had? Like,
Oh Lord.
like being in like relationships.
I don't want to talk
Like-
about it.
Nobody. They
I'm
all
not-
fumbled me.
I might start crying around this bitch.
So what did you lose that you felt like you realized you messed up on?
Like, I feel like I lost my soulmate.
What did you do to lose your soulmate?
I mean, like, he was wrong. Like, we was both wrong, but like, it was like my pride.
So you felt like if you would have been like nah, and put that aside, that y'all would have still been together.
Probably.
I feel that. I feel like I ain't ever really fumbled a female. I feel like they were all bad people to begin with.
They're all
So
bad people to begin with.
Nah, I don't feel like I ever fumbled anyone. Like, everything happens for a reason.
I believe that too.
And I feel like everything happens for a reason. Everyone that comes into your life it's not always to end the book, but it's to teach you a lesson in that chapter.
So how long you think it should be before your significant other meets your parents?
Well, I talked to him maybe like about 5 months before I even mentioned him to my mom. So I introduced them maybe around the 7th month. I feel like it's a privilege to meet my parents. Like, not everybody should have the opportunity to meet your family.
Yeah.
I would say none of my ex-girlfriends have met my parents except for one. And that was the first one because my mom lived like 4 blocks over from us. My birth mom lived 4 blocks over from us. So she met them, but not my adopted parents. But other than that, no.
Yeah.
No, because my adopted mom, she's too nosy. Like,
It's not only that, it's just like when your parents see you with somebody, they get all happy and they start thinking about the future and everything. And it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna have grandbabies and all this shit. And it's like, I don't know about all that yet. You don't want to get their hopes up.
yeah, out of 5 boys, they only got one. Well, technically, they have 2, but the crazy situation when one of my brother's kids' mom is like, I don't know, like she just took the kid, named the kid after somebody else, and she was with a white dude, and the kid's black.
Mm.
Y'all
Yeah.
didn't go. He didn't take him to court.
I don't know what their situation is. So this
Y'all better
happened
go
when I
get
think he's
that
staying
black
in
baby.
Naptown.
Yeah, he need to go take her to court. I promise you, he'll win.
And then and then my other brother, he had a kid with this girl. They ended up getting married and stuff, and so they ended up getting divorced or whatever, and then she ends up marrying his best friend and had like two
No.
kids with him.
That's terrible, bro.
Trifling.
The best friend is the worst
Trifling
part.
hoes. Trifling
The best
hoes.
friend is the worst part.
You hoes is trifling.
Cause, nigga, fuck that bitch. She's a bitch. You're my dog. It's supposed to be bros before hoes. Like, what is wrong with you?
You
Right.
hoes is trifling.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I feel his
Ooh.
pain. That's fucked up.
And that's partially the reason why I don't have kids. I told myself I'll have like a kid before I turn 35. I'm almost 32 now, so
Yeah, this is a good time.
I got 3 years to find someone or find a situation. And
Or
if I
even have
don't,
a
then,
surrogate. Because you could still have your own kid without.
hey,
You
then I
know-
could kind of pick what the kid will kind of look like.
Exactly. You could get picky
Dang.
with it.
Yeah.
You can get picky.
Hey, how much does this service cost? Wait, no, surrogate means that
You
Somebody's
in
having
a
your
cup,
baby for you.
and a girl would have your baby for you.
But then it's yours after that. She not finna help you.
yeah,
that's what one of my former homeboys is doing. I was trying to
because
think.
some females either they can't get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
They
Wait,
had
but who?
cancer.
But if she's carrying the baby,
Yeah.
then who's the egg from?
It's her egg, I guess.
It's so
or
that's what
or-
a surrogate is for. So
Yeah.
either
So it's like if I already have a girlfriend, then she can give
Yeah.
her egg.
Yeah,
yeah.
you
So
could
if
do
you have
that.
a girlfriend, she can go through like the egg fertilization, everything. They take her egg
Mhm.
out, they freeze it, they take your sperm, and
Mhm.
they fertilize the egg.
Mhm.
They take like maybe 5-6.
Oh, I thought it was like how girls will go like to a sperm bank and then they'll pick.
No, that's different because
No.
your sperm can just be frozen. You're good. The girls, you have to get the eggs taken out
Yeah.
of us. Like it's a medical procedure that we have to go through.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was.
And then
Was it-
some
Y'all can
eggs
just
don't work.
in a cup and you're good.
Yeah.
Your swimmers are there.
Yeah.
Dang. That's crazy. But yeah, I think this is where we're gonna leave this episode. This is episode what? 8? And actually no, we can't even say that. But yeah, so this is Johnny Madden, Game Time. Game Time with Johnny. Damn, I fucked this up. You're gonna have to edit it. But yeah, so we're gonna leave off the episode. But yeah, so we're gonna leave off the episode right here. Yeah, follow us, Game Time with Johnny, Instagram, Threads, Twitter, YouTube, all that. Gotta get our subscribers up. Peace out.